Hello, everybody. Sandra Gay here. Welcome to our Team Brilliance LimeLight Opportunity event. I think we're just kicking in here at 9 o'clock, so I'm just going to wait for a few more people to join, and Jen Batar on our team is going to join me on this live. We're going to split screen, which is very high tech. We're going to hope that that works okay. So I'm going to check here on the page just to make sure we're up and running. You never know with technical glitches these days. So yes, okay, I can see that I am live. So excited. Happy October 2nd. I don't know about you guys, but I cannot believe it is already, hi. I see ladies joining. Hello, Jen. I cannot believe it's already October 2nd. All right, so let me click Jen in here. Jen, you should be green.
Hi.
Hey, it worked. Yay, yay. Okay, great. And you can hear me okay?
Yes. I think it takes a few minutes for you not to be fuzzy.
It does. And there's a little bit of a delay with split screen, I've learned. So if those of you that are listening in are wondering why there might be a delay between me and then also Jen, it's just because of, I guess, the whole technical bit here. All right. So Jen, give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. Okay, perfect. Okay, so let's get started. So I know that lots of be listening in, and if you cannot make it, obviously, you know, with the playback, that's one of the best parts of these Facebook Lives is you guys can ask questions even later, and Jen and I can answer. So welcome, Sandra Gay here, and happy to be doing a fun Team Brilliance opportunity event because she and I both are having sort of the time of our lives with this amazing new adventure, as is our growing team. And so I'm going to just start from, you know, a little bit of the history of LimeLight. So many of you that are probably listening have never heard of LimeLight, or if you have, it's been through being invited through, you know, someone that's probably a beauty guide on our team. So I'm just going to sort of back up. I was with a former direct selling company for about 8 years, and with wanting sort of a little better life balance, a robust comp plan, and wanting to support my sister-in-law, who is the CEO of LimeLight. Here I am. Been 5 months. I started May 8th. But let me give you some history about really where this all began. So LimeLight by Alcone is about 2 years old, but the original company, Alcone, really dates back to 6 years ago, 1952. And that is an existing company, but a company that is really known for being the best of the best in the professional makeup world, right? So this is Michelle, my sister-in-law. We are married to identical twins. She became CEO of LimeLight about right around when I had started with Stella & Dot. But her family has had this business for many, many, many years, right? So her father, Mr. Maloney, it's a family-run business. And again, when you think of professional makeup, think of theatrical and professional makeup. So whether it's the blue face of Wicked, or the blue face of Blue Man Group, the green face of Wicked, you know, professional makeup artists using them backstage at the runway shows, makeup that is put on almost all TV on-air personalities. I mean, you name it. So they are sort of really the expertise in the professional makeup world. And basically when Michelle again, about 8 years ago, she really said, like, I'm just wanting to figure out a way to bring this to the consumers because the product's so good. Why only keep it in this professional little bubble, right? And because the direct selling world was going so well and the whole industry was sort of really coming along, and she really, you know, I should say that, you know, there was inspiration there because I was doing very well at my former gig with Stella & Dot. I was becoming, you know, a top leader there and really was living the life of the flexible, you know, working from home. And so that was sort of her sort of inspiration to get into that industry. And I did sort of really give her that feedback of how great it was. I mean, on the other side, she also sat back and looked at what other companies were doing right and wrong. And I was helping fill her in on some things that I would like to see changed and what I would want my future company. And so she basically took all of that together and created, this magical company. So about 2 years ago, she then took the best of the Alcone products. She brought in an all-natural, free of harmful chemical skincare line and renamed it LimeLight by Alcone. So that is sort of where it all began. The big warehouse is still existing for Alcone. That's in Long Island City. That's where her family lives, is Long Island in Connecticut, and I'm here in Westport, Connecticut. And the company has literally taken off. And in 2 years, they are literally just growing 40% month over month. The sales of the company have been astounding. The growth of the amount of beauty guides, we're already at about 17,000 beauty guides, which is still very small. But considering how much that we've accomplished in 2 years, that's pretty astronomical. We're also having $1.9 million days. I mean, it takes company years to do that, to accomplish almost a $2 million day. So why is the company having so much success, and why are we selling this much? Because we really have found, LimeLight has found its niche market. And what we stand for is, again, professional makeup. And when we say professional, that means higher pigments, less fillers, the best of the best, so you've got this professional makeup, and then you've also got this all natural skincare, so free of harmful chemicals, which again, our generation, that's what they want. They really want to be really, taking better care of their skin and being more careful. But people also want it to be effective, and they want it to be affordable. Let's be honest, right? We all know that. So that is really what has happened, is it's found itself. It's again, affordable, effective. You can also customize the makeup. You can put them into one foundation and 2 concealers, or choose your shadows. It's got eco-friendly packaging. So when you look at all the bells and whistles of LimeLight, that really, from a customer standpoint, is why it's getting such huge recognition, why people are, loving it, coming back for more. And I've seen that just in myself. I never thought I would do skincare makeup. I know Jen can maybe talk to that as well. I never thought that was an industry that I would get into. And I have been so thrilled by the support, but the enthusiasm, because that's what people want to spend their money on. They want to spend their money on very good skincare, good makeup, and they want high performance, and they also want affordable and effective. So again, it's really just become so exciting to watch, sort of the growth and to know exactly why, because of all of these bells and whistles that it's made up of the company. And again, Michelle sat back. She's created an incredible comp plan, very robust, paying people what they're worth, which I can't, say enough about. And when you really take all of that and the empowering ways of the company, I mean, their quote of the company is "be amazing every day." And, Jen will touch more on that in a little bit, but it really is this booming, empowering company. And so I'm thrilled, it's really to be a part of it. And on top of all the excitement of the growth of the company has been this incredible L'Occitane partnership. So L'Occitane is the way you say the French company. It's a billion-dollar brand. Some people say L'Occitane, or there's lots of different ways. It's been one of the marketing challenges for that company, is how people say it. So L'Occitane is, again, a huge billion-dollar brand all over the world. They wanted to get into direct selling. They are not wanting to sell their product in direct selling, but they wanted to be a part of the industry. And they approached LimeLight. They literally handpicked this company and said, we want to get in. We don't want to have to reformulate. You've got this amazing product. They tested all the companies out there. When you think of other skincare and makeup direct selling companies, I'm sure you can think of a few names off the top of your head. They tested all the companies, and they handpicked LimeLight for the products, for the empowering nature, for the family-run business. L'Occitane itself is a family-run business. It is traded on the Hong Kong Exchange, but it's a family-run business by Reinhold Geiger and his 2 sons. And so when all of that came together, it was astounding. It was amazing for the company. And so that partnership, what that means is given a nice influx of financials to help get our company here in the US to another level. Quicker shipping. We're now shipping out within 48 hours of your order time. There's a whole new tech platform that's been installed in the last few weeks and continuing to be updated. More products coming back in stock quicker. We really were at such a massive growth that no company could forecast that kind of growth. And they were having a very hard time for a little while before I got involved with keeping things in stock. And we're still, again, a high class problem. Some things do go on back order, and that happens in any company, but they're coming back quicker. And there's a lot of tech advances to really help with that. On the other side, we are going to have this massive international growth, which is like brings me chills. Like when I heard that, that was one of the biggest, advances for me to really say like that was going to help me make my change and why I was going to step over and jump into this LimeLight adventure, because I want to be part of this growth all over the US. Again, we're tiny in the US, let alone launching in Canada in Q1 of 2018. So come January, February, we're going to be launching in Canada. Then we're going to go into Brazil and all over Asia and Europe. I mean, it's just going to be astounding. So if you want to be part of something that is like truly exciting and groundbreaking and breaking the rules in terms of growth and, an amazing product that again is going to be global, I mean, here you are. This is the place to be. So it really, really is so exciting. And then Jen's going to talk about sort of more about the culture of LimeLight and, what it means to be a part of the company and, what she's enjoyed also about her sort of transition and how you would get started as a beauty guide.
Thanks, Sandra. Hi, everybody. Welcome, and we're so glad to have you here. Whoever invited you thought a lot of you to invite you. So just a little bit of background about myself. I was in surgical medical sales, selling to hospitals for years and years and years, and then have been with one other direct sales company. And when I first started, just a little bit about direct sales, it felt, it was kind of like one of those like, people are like, what do you do? I'm like, oh, well, and it's just, I think one of those things where you just kind of felt like whatever. And I wasn't looking for LimeLight at the time either. And it's just been a great thing. I think sometimes things come into our lives at the perfect moment when we don't know, and not to get into my personal story, but again, like it's been such a blessing. And so I just wanted to talk a little bit about, like Sandra said, some of touched a little bit more on a lot of the things that she spoke on, but really kind of like she spoke about like the culture of LimeLight. And again, it's definitely like the whole, I obviously don't know Michelle personally like Sandra does, but I feel like I do, because that's kind of the culture she's kind of created with LimeLight by Alcone. One of my favorite things is it's, be amazing every day, but it also, the culture is collaboration, not competition, which I really feel like you feel that with everybody, like whether you're on the same team or you're not, it doesn't really matter. It's definitely such a refreshing thing, obviously being from high pressure sales in my past, and then just from different things. It's just a really nice feeling because we're all in this together. There's enough to go around. I mean, I think, what is this, like how many billion-dollar industry is, beauty? So believe me, like there's enough for everyone to like share the wealth. And that's really what she believes in too. The other thing kind of with the culture that goes along with that is I really feel too, like the compensation plan, really affords itself to that. So it definitely is, Xandra, like one of the things she loves to say, and it's from my past too, is, effort in equals results out. And this, I feel like for me is a little bit like a shorter, like kind of like sales cycle. So I really do feel like effort in, your results out show up quicker, if that makes sense. But it's nice to know that if you just keep consistent with anything in your life, whether you're working out or eating healthy or something, you're going to get the results if you put the effort in. But it's not like rocket science. Like I am by no means a beauty expert. I am not, I try to wash my face every night because more so I'm about to turn 44, but again, like you don't have to be perfect. And makeup, when I first heard of like professional grade makeup, I was a little concerned because I was like, well, I mean, I take 5 minutes on my face, so maybe I'm not worth professional grade makeup. And what I pleasantly found is like professional grade makeup. This is like, I see why Michelle wanted to get it out to the masses, because it's so easy to use that literally this happened in, 6 minutes maybe tonight, because, I have ADD. But again, like I really feel like, oh, thank you. I did shower for you guys tonight. Did not do my hair. Sorry, I spent time with my daughter instead before bedtime. But we can, it's balance. It's called balance in life. So, but I really love that. And again, it's just like, it's a commission base. So the more that you sell, like you can earn up to like 35% commission, which is amazing. Obviously with a lot of other companies, you can earn tropical vacations. And I know that the upcoming one is in Aruba in March, which has just been fun, but it's very attainable. And it's just so great from that perspective. You can obviously choose to build a team or choose not to build a team. And it can just happen really. My favorite part about this, and I know it's not in my notes, but it's such a calm environment. It's such a calm, and it's really been stress-free for me, which, if anyone knows me, that's not how my life typically is. And it's just nice. I enjoy working this business. And I get pleasure out of helping women be amazing all the time. And I think that that's just kind of, and I've met people in this short amount of time too, from all over that have the same kind of thing. Like, it's just refreshing. I think some of the things that are different, like being in the beauty industry, like as Andrew said, that really wasn't in the cards for me. I'm like, ooh, I support all those companies, but that's just not Jenny. And lo and behold, apparently it is, because I'm having the time of my life. I love the fact that it's a consumable. So, we have a great array, like Xandra said, obviously with our makeup, Alcone, the parent company, we took the top however many SKUs of the, best-selling, best-performing makeup, and then came with this amazing chemist and have this all-natural skincare, which one of the things I love is, we're not rushing to the market with any products. Like, I believe our newest product on the skincare side is our I Aspire, and I think they were planning on launching it 2 years ago, but the chemist, she wasn't ready. She's like, I think I can make it better. And I love the company culture where a company allows their people to be able to do that and create and not just rush to market, because that's just not typically the way it works, at least from my previous experiences. So I just kind of love that. And the business is less cyclical. I mean, obviously we have upticks in the business, and we're getting ready to go into holiday. So we are also doing some, we're launching some fun holiday limited edition things, which is going to be great. So there is, but it doesn't matter kind of what month it is or not. I feel like it's been very consistent. I mean, some could say I started this business in the summertime, which is probably not the best time to start a business. And, I haven't felt that way at all.
No, and you've been rocking.
Yeah. I mean, in July, it was my first or second full month. And I think I traveled 3 weeks out of the month all over, I don't know how many different states, and, promoted. So again, it's just a testament to that you really can work this business very flexibly and fit it in the cracks, and it can go with you, because as we all know, social media is everywhere. So, and I like that kind of leads into the other thing. We have beauty guides who do everything through in-home, gatherings or parties or whatever word you want to use, to people, beauty guides that do it totally via social media and online. And then I would say most fall somewhere in the middle of a mix of that works for them. I love it because my evenings are free if I want them to be. I do a lot of stuff during the day. I do a lot of one-on-ones where my daughter is incorporated and their kids are incorporated. So it's just such a flexible way to be able to also be, my daughter just started kindergarten, so I'm trying to be that room mom and, all that stuff that you want to do before they get to be fourth grade and they don't want to hang out with you. So kind of, I like to be able to do these things now, and LimeLight is allowing me to be able to do that and not feel like then I have to hurry up and go home and then go out and do, in my previous life, have to go and do, in-person shows or things like that. So that's just kind of worked for me from that perspective. I don't know. And then another thing that people laugh at, but, here too, I've yet to have a customer say, my husband said I cannot spend any money here. It's nobody's even, I always say skincare and makeup and skincare, women, and some men will go without food before they will go without
exactly
their skincare and their makeup. I mean, I will go without a shower before I go without makeup, so there's priorities.
It's where people are putting their money.
Exactly. And again, and the other thing that I don't know if you touched on, I don't think, but when I was listening to Michelle, when I was first, kind of exploring the opportunity, one of the things that really resonated with me is, she's we're obviously, a beauty company that's looking to go into the direct sales market. And she was getting, feedback from a lot of direct sales, different places and experts. And one of the things that they said is you need, when you're setting your price, you need to look at, what your consumer will pay. And then you need to up that by 20%. And Michelle's like, I'm not doing that. And they're like, well, you have to. And she's like, no, I don't. And I love that, because that's really what I get back when people are intrigued by what I'm doing or want to try things, then they, look at my link or we talk about it or I send them a product guide and they're like, wait a second, this is crazy. And so that's what I love too, is it's making everyone be able to be amazing at an affordable rate. And I think that that's where it's been such a great thing that I can feel good about. And that just is a testament to like the company. So that statement has always resonated with me.
Absolutely. So true. And I would say, Jen, wouldn't you agree that, I mean, our team is growing fast and furious. We're at about 175 women in 4.5 months, and all over the country. And I would say one of the biggest, comments and reasons for the change that a lot of these, Team Brilliance beauty guys are making is because truly, yes, the comp plan, and so much is it lifestyle, and people don't have time to do all these trunk shows. They don't have time they don't want to be away from their kids and all of that. And so many people have come to us and said, I just need more flexibility. And I know there's a lot of jobs out there that I don't have to be doing that. And I want a consumable. And just LimeLight sort of has that perfect little formula of everything. So that's been really exciting to watch. So much great excitement with people making this big change, including myself and Jen, and just having so much fun with it, but being so successful and having this amazing life. I keep saying I've had the best summer in 7 years. I had the best summer. And it was because I was totally stress-free, home, still thriving. I'm in, almost 5 months, I'm over 25,000 in sales. And it's because I've been doing it all from home.
Awesome.
So yeah.
Yeah. And I think also to go along with that, it's, so many people too, like, they want to have like a little side hustle or a little something like a hobby on the side. And I feel like this really truly can be that where, even, my friend, people on my team that work a full-time job, this just seems to be a really good fit too, because again, they're wearing the products every day, you're interacting with people, and then also you don't have to like race home and go do like a show or something at night or feel like you're like, I feel like it fits really well into everyone, I mean, obviously for us that are making this our career and, or like, I always say like my career is Blake Sophie right now. But so this is kind of a side hustle, but it's been such a lucrative one for me.
Absolutely. So Jen, do you want to jump into what it means to get started, how someone would get started, and why October is such a great month?
Yes, I would. So to get started for, this is just every day you buy, you just can simply go in, and our starter kit is amazing. I select fair, medium, or I don't know if like what dark.
Yeah, light, medium,
so it's dark. So, and then that's really like based on, it's going to change like the foundation, or not, you don't get foundation. So it's going to change like the lip color and the blushes. So it's really nice. So, I mean, like I'm not a fair person, but I got fair because of that. So again, like I always like that and add to it. But it's like it's like over $370 worth of product, if I'm not wrong. I remember when I was opening my starter kit, I was like, you see it listed, but then when you like keep pulling the product out, I was kind of like, wow, this is like seriously. So, and then what I really love is we have a really simple and attainable fast start program that is based on 40, 70, and 100 days that is really easy. And it's just a way to get some incentive to earn some product credits as well as some cash bonuses just by, really, I always say just by kind of working your business. It's going to happen naturally, but there's just kind of nice personalities like myself like to have certain goals to be able to hit. So I love that. And then the one thing that I love that, I know Xandra, you spearheaded for us, is our team has an Evernote, which is just really a document that has everything laid out on the best way to get started. Obviously, by no means, it's your own business, so you don't have to do any of it, but it's kind of tried and true, like this is what's worked for others, with training videos, with, here you want to, launch on social media, you want to set your, personal open house launch, and just everything and that you could ever want, and kind of to help you find out, like, because it can be a little overwhelming when you start anything new, just knowing where to look for what you need. So it's kind of like without drinking out of a fire hose, start here, and this will help you, along with obviously your sponsor and all that good stuff. And then to make it even more exciting for October, when, a beauty guide signs up, not only all of that great stuff, is you also, for every $20, no, I'm sorry. I knew I was going to do this. I always said I was going to say this wrong. For every $100 they can earn $20 in product credit, up to $300 in product credit, which is amazing. That's beyond, your fast start bonuses and being your own, host and all of that we can get into. But I mean, when I read that, on what was it, Saturday, it got sent out. I was like, this is
Yeah, that's
awesome.
amazing.
I mean, I thought the beginning startup was awesome enough. So by no means was I was like, oh man, I missed out on that. Cause I'm like, this is great. Cause I believe in this. And so it's just even more fun to share in October. And we're getting into the busiest time of, the year.
Absolutely.
Just for anything. So I think it's so fun. And then it also, there's just like, you're just never alone. Cause I think too, the thing that I like about getting started is we have this amazing team page that I feel like we've just built our own little community that just helps. And then our corporate Facebook page always has this training that like every time I watch it, I'm like, I think I'm a little bit better person.
Yeah, I know.
So not to be cheesy, but I look forward to those. Like we haven't had one in a while and we have one coming up, I think in the next day. So I'm like super excited for it.
I agree. And I think what's really important to know for those listening that are learning about the company, and Jen, you touched a little bit on this, is that it's not just based on like sell and build a team and this sort of pressure. A lot of what is being trained as part of LimeLight is being healthy, mentally, physically, how to be happier, how to share the joy with your team, if you want to build a team, how, all these elements that really go into it, because you have to be happy with yourself first, right? And so a lot of that in our big Palooza event that was in Austin this year, next year it's going to be in Phoenix. A lot of it was about, again, living healthy, actually physically eating a healthier lifestyle with On Target Living, who came to speak with us. And, just like, Martha Beck, who came to speak about, just healthy mind. And it's just, that's a huge part of this company, which I love that very much. So that's a very big deal. And one other thing that I wanted to point on, and then we'll open up for some questions, is that there's a lot of different parts of businesses that can sort of bog you down a little bit. And I think in my former business, there was a lot of sample turnover. Every time you turned around, there's another collection and you were selling the old and buying the new, and you needed a lot of credits because there was always something new. And that can feel very overwhelming to people. And I think what's really great about this whole other side of the industry is that because you're in a skincare and makeup industry, you're not turning over all the time. We're not doing sample sales. We're not, constantly having to use those credits all the time for new, because you have a pretty consistent collection, and then you will launch items. We did launch in June. We launched a men's line. We launched I Aspire. We're going to have holiday items, like she was saying. We have some fantastic items coming for 2018, some products. I'm just going to use SPF as a little hint, but a lot of amazing items. And again, I think that also adds to why this business and why this company has sort of an to so many people, because you're successful, but there's not so much that bogs you down. Really, there's a big change. And I think that if any of you listening are worried about making a change, but you want to make a change, maybe you're not happy in what you're doing, all I can say, and I know Jen can, back me up on that, is just think about what you want in this life and just go for it. Do it. Because the best thing I ever did was make my change. It was hard. It was intimidating. It was scary, but I'm happier and I'm loving the change. I'm loving taking on something new. My customers are so supportive. Just learning something new, learning a new industry. I feel like I'm sort of in the right side of the industry. And that's what life is. It's like, what is your next chapter? So, again, I hope we've answered questions about why this company is so incredible, why the products are doing so well, and how much fun it would be to be a part of our team Brilliance, and the company in general. So we can open it up for some questions if you guys want to type in here to the event. And if you don't have questions right this very minute, no problem. You guys can come back, type in here, and Jen and I can go through and answer your questions. But again, do know that when you get started, you'll have a very great support system with your direct upline, or overall on the team page. As Jen was saying, there's Evernotes that we've implemented for welcoming people. We have weekly Monday new stylist new beauty guide trainings. There's Fempire trainings with the overall company. I've had some key leaders come onto our team page and speak to us and train us on everything from sponsoring to selling to social media tips. So again, if you're a little intimidated by making that jump, just, honestly, it's just, if you can put the effort in and have fun with it, you'll do great, because you will get tons of support and you'll learn it all. So yeah.
And I think, and Sandra, to that too, I think you don't need to be like, we have a lot, which is a testament to me that we have a lot of estheticians, and we have a professional makeup artist that are part of the LimeLight family, which I think is great, but it's not necessary. Like I'm none of those, you know, I'm not. I just enjoy, you know, being in a culture, and I, you know, I like makeup, but I was always intimidated by it. So I don't think too, like, you know, I've had people say, well, but I could not do that beauty thing, just like you and I felt. And so I think that that's another thing too, is all the training is great, but you don't, I mean, I don't have to know, like, I didn't wait to like learn everything before I was able to be successful here too. You went sideways on us. Don't go sideways. Thank you. It's the best. Thanks, guys. Bye. Thank you. Bye.